Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, does not cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. The Knight of Cups, very affectionate card, right? This is a card that it's all about the giving and receiving of love, the giving and receiving of kindness, of compassion, of help and assistance, really, of an emotional nature. Okay, let's see what this is all about, right? Are you on the receiving end or the giving end of this? Let's find out. Maybe both. This could be really that kind of a partnership. Yeah, it could very well be. But if we take this Prince of Wands to be your fiery energy, this is a very loving gesture coming into your life. Somebody's got a gift for you, Sagittarius. And I think that you sometimes can be very wrapped up in what you're doing. Oh, we got another Cancer energy. The Knight of Cups and the Chariot, these are both Cancer power cards. Okay, could be coming from a Cancer person in your life. Three of Swords, Two of Wands, Five of Wands, yes. Like I was saying, sometimes you can be so wrapped up in what you're doing that you may not even really be noticing this gesture, right? Sometimes you may even reject the gesture. And that rejection comes from, I think, your own feelings of past rejections, right? It's kind of just a pattern that we're part of sometimes. But be ready for this, because I think this is a gesture. This is some sort of act of love. This is some sort of gift coming your way that you really ultimately want. Okay? It could be coming from a friend, a family member. It could be coming from your spouse. It could be coming generally from the universe, right? Let's see what else we've got. Two of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. This makes sense. We've got, I was thinking we were going to have all kind of more elementary energies, right? Because we have a 2, we have a 3, we have a 5, we have another 2. Now we get the 10. Now we get this idea that this really is an important part of your best life. This is something that you really, really want. Maybe this is romance. Maybe this is that kind of, maybe this is that thank you from somebody that you've really wanted, you know? That it could be something, this is the water energy, right? That we want in this earth energy. This could be that, it could be the, how am I trying to say this now? It could be the satisfaction in this work that you're doing, in what you are struggling and striving and focusing on, what you are building, all of the changes that you've had to go through, all of the ups and downs, to create this kind of thing in your environment. Maybe this is the business, maybe this is the home, maybe this is the, I don't know, the financial stability. Whatever this wealth is, right? You've created this. This is in the position of your environment. And this really could just be that simple thank you from someone that really makes this all kind of worthwhile. Or this is just their joy. Seeing them enjoy what you're creating kind of makes it all more meaningful, right? Well, let's keep going. We'll get into this a little bit more. There's the Fool, and finally the Four of Pentacles. So you are establishing something. You are creating something, right? This is something that's really happening. And now we've got this really loving gesture coming in. Now, it could be that we're so focused on our fire to earth, fire to earth kind of manifestation. We're so caught up in what we are doing and what we are manifesting that we almost are rejecting this act of love and kindness coming in. Okay? But I feel like this is that kind of, and maybe it's romance, right? But it's this kind of connection. It's this like, you gotta pause your work for a second. You know? We're so focused on what we're doing. You've got to look up. And you've got to welcome your friend, your family member. Maybe it's your dog, I don't know. You've got to welcome that love energy into your life, but we get so wrapped up and so focused on what we're doing. Fire to earth, that sometimes we forget to just look up and receive things into our heart and concentrate on those loving relationships. I think that's what this is really about. You know, I do feel that there is one particular person that's bringing you some sort of gift or making some sort of gesture, but it's kind of representative of all the people and all the gestures. I think you're doing a lot of really, really good work here, but you've got to also focus on those human connections or animal, whatever. You know what I mean. Those emotional connections, those intimate bonds with people. You've got to allow yourself to receive love and give love. Yeah. So I think for the next couple weeks, really, I think it's an important time for you to focus on those interpersonal relationships, focus on gestures and acts of kindness, how you are giving and receiving love in your life, and how we can do it a little bit more, or a little bit better, or a little bit more intensely. Yeah. And ask yourself if you have been rejecting affection, love, kindness in any form. And why? Why have you been kind of pushing that away a little bit? Okay. I feel that this is somebody really trying to love you, and it is really what you want. We've got that Chariot card underneath here, but we feel a little bit defensive against it. And I think there's a deeper reason why. We kind of say, well, I'm too busy. I've got too much to do. I'm working on this so intensely. I have these plans. I'm trying to implement my will. I'm trying to really construct something and build something. And we're involved in this manifestation practice, right, of our energy. We got fire, we've got earth, But there's a deeper reason why we might be shunning some of this love energy, Let's select the mystery card, though, while we're here. This is going to be a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. Oh, well, that one volunteered. Oh, look at that, 3 of Cups. See, that's what we need, We need to have those moments where we just celebrate ourselves, celebrate the people around us, right? Celebrate the world, right? Maybe this will be the world. We're going to put that card right there. We'll put Roboduck right on top. That is the factor infinite and unknown. And it will tie everything together at the end of the reading and bring us our confirmation. If at any point during the program you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise of intuition. All right? Let's take a look around the room. Major Arcana, Major Arcana. And these two are different. The Fool and the Chariot, right? The Chariot, in some ways, is somebody who is very, very strict, very obedient, very much doing things by the book, staying in your lane, driving the car very seriously. This is like the dog hanging its head out the window, right? Has no interest in the car or how it's driving, why it's driving, where it's going, or how serious the driver is taking this trip. Driving is serious business, but not to the Fool. The Fool's just enjoying the wind. It's just tongue's hanging out. It's like the dog, in the car. We've all seen that, right? And so I feel that there's a little bit of that kind of a duality in you too. And I seem to remember we had this theme a few months ago too, where we're so serious about what we're doing because you're doing the Lord's work, right? You're doing fire to earth. You're doing a spiritual thing here. You are manifesting your will, fire to earth. And that's serious business. That's a serious, driving the car here. That's some serious, chariot work. And I think you're doing it for good reason. You're trying to build a life, build a home. You're trying to create this Garden of Eden, this paradise in your life. probably for your loved ones too. Or your spouse, your kids, your family, your friends, just your neighborhood, right? For the world. Like, it's serious stuff. But then there is, that part of you that needs to just hang your head out the window and enjoy the wind in your face and in your hair, and needs to celebrate, needs to enjoy family and friends. So we've got celebration, 3 of Cups. And this is somebody coming over to your house with, let's say, a bottle of apple cider, right? Something. Maybe champagne. Coming over to your house and saying, let's just hang out. Let's just forget about work. Let's just be together and hang out and have fun and talk, and just bond and just, be together, right? Friend, a family member, a lover, it doesn't matter. It could be your dog coming to you with the tennis ball saying, let's forget about work. Let's just play, right? Let's just play. And there's part of you that says, no, I've got this serious work to do because I'm trying to build a future. I'm trying to create a successful, stable life for everybody. And so I can't. I don't have time. I don't have the energy. I've got to focus on what I'm doing. There's a deeper reason why this is the way it is, okay? And that's the 3 of swords that we see in the background. This is that deeper issue that I think is still lingering in your consciousness. It is a memory of something. It's an experience of something that is subtly, unconsciously influencing you to say, no, I can't, I've got to work. Maybe this is something from childhood. Maybe that's how your parents were. I don't know, right? I don't know what this is, but I know it's there. And I know you've got to kind of look at it, right? And I think that once you're able to just look at it and see what it is and kind of acknowledge it and say, oh yeah, that's probably why it's like this. I think this is going to be a really big breakthrough for you. I think this is going to be a huge step, okay? And I think that what this is going to do by looking at this, just by looking at it, by putting a little bit of a spotlight on it, a lot of things are going to change for you. And I think you're really going to start to feel a little bit more of this fool energy. You're going to feel that that you're allowed to play and have fun and celebrate. That you can just put work down and play with the dog for a while. Or your friend comes over unexpectedly with that bottle of wine or whatever. And, you say, well, yeah, I can do that stuff later. Let's just hang out, Let's just be together. And the other aspect of that is when we do these things, when we allow that person in, or we're out there playing with the dog or playing with our kids or something, are we still checking our phone? Do we got the Bluetooth in and we're still on the conference call? How much are we able to let go of all this work stuff? And it doesn't have to be career, job work, right? But whatever this focus is, whatever your work is, spiritual work, career work, physical work, whatever, right? How clearly are you able to let it go to just be in this pure, fool, play, celebrate energy? Or are we still kind of got one foot in the office and one foot on the playground? Yeah. That's something we gotta ask ourselves that question. Okay. I do feel like that there is somebody showing up with this offering, with this gift, with this opportunity to celebrate. It really feels like somebody is coming over and just wants to hang out with you, just wants to have this kind of carefree, maybe this is, a night out with your friends or something. Okay? But this is somebody that's trying to get your attention, trying to get you to put your work stuff down for a minute, to go and have a good time, or just to, and have a good time doesn't just mean we're going to go out to the club and whatever. It could mean that, sure. But just to have that pure experience of being connected with other people, and maybe it's at the club, maybe it's just at home having a meal together. Maybe we're talking about literally having dinner at the dinner table, Maybe to do that, you've got to clear all your work stuff off the dinner table in order to have this meal with friends or family or your spouse or whatever. and really have a conversation. Now, what we don't see in this reading is very much air energy at all. We see this air over here in the Fool. We talked about that, but we don't see the Swords cards. We don't see the exchange of the air energy with anybody, you know? So I kind of wonder if we need to focus on our interpersonal relationships, focus on listening, sitting down together and really just bonding with each other, having that conversation, that back and forth, that two-way exchange of energy. Not just you listening, not just you lecturing, but just a conversation. How was your day? Fine. How was yours? And we listen to what the other person says. It doesn't have to be anything, you know, extraordinary or deep or profound. It can just be casual. But I think there are people in your life, and they're represented by this. This is the one knocking at your door with this emotional offering or this emotional need and saying, can we just exist together and have, you know, an experience together, you know, without distraction? Can we have just a moment to just heart-to-heart bond, you know? Let's see where to go from here. The Cancer energy, down beneath everything, the Chariot. This does suggest to me that it's something with the home. It's something with like your close people, right? It feels kind of like family members more than it even feels like friends, and it feels like friends more than it would be coworkers. But it could be any of those things. It feels like it's more intimate than that. It feels like it's people kind of, you know, people that maybe you live with or you see every day. All right. And I think with the Five of Wands here in the future position, it's almost like we feel frustrated when somebody wants to spend time with us, you know? That somebody just wants you to come out and play, wants you to just go and have dinner with them or have a meal or just put the phone down and let's just be together for a few minutes. And it feels like there's a frustration there, almost to where we get annoyed or we get mad. But we have to realize that this comes from a deeper place. It's not their fault. It's not your fault. This is just a habit of energy that we feel, and this frustration that we feel is connected not with this situation. It has nothing to do with someone coming and wanting to hang out with you. The frustration comes from whatever this memory is, whatever this history or past thing is with you. Okay? This is really happening right now. This already happened. Okay? But this is right now. So we have to make a choice. And I think in these moments where someone's knocking on our door or the dog wants to play or the kid wants to play or hang out, what do? We can easily just kind of be in this memory and get frustrated, but we can also choose something else. Maybe we can choose that Three of Cups up there. Maybe this is what we have to choose, because I think this is more directly related to the present and not just a reaction to the past that's somehow being remembered, right, by this current situation. This is really happening. And I think there are people in your life that want to spend more time with you, all right? Now, on the path of the Serpent here, we have the Two of Pentacles. This is us, Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles, 2 and 2, fire and earth, right? That's what we're talking about all day. Fire and earth, fire and earth, fire and earth. Our intention, our will, and how we're implementing it. Our inspiration and our action, our impulse, our behavior. And this is what makes you so successful. I think you're really successful in life because you have the ability to go from fire to earth. That's that spiritual, act of creation, that creative, spiritual, electrical circuit. You've got that down, right? But maybe too well, How do we get out of that when we need to? How do we stop that? We always say on this channel, fire to earth, that's the act of creation, right? What interferes with that is the water and air, our humanness. So what's interfering with that with you right now? It feels like it's the water energy. And sometimes we need that, though, Sometimes we need something to interfere with this process so we can feel something, we can be part of something, so that we can just celebrate with our loved ones a little bit, spend some time, play a little bit. So it's really interesting that usually we don't want the interference, but right now I think you need the interference. And this is the interference coming from this person knocking on your door saying, hey, let's go out and play. And you are getting frustrated with it, of course, because it's interfering with your process, your creative process of fire to earth. So of course you're getting frustrated. But we realize deep down, because of this past, whatever the history is here, that's why we're getting, that's what's kind of, this is what's triggering our frustration, and not particularly this. This is good. We want this to come in between. We want this to interfere with our work sometimes, you know? And it's not really interference in this case. It's kind of the necessary reprieve from the intensity of this electrical circuit. Sometimes we got to have a little bit of a break, you know? What's really interfering with it is the air, the Three of Swords. But anyway, back to the twos here. With the 2, fire to earth, the 2, it's change. It's now having the impulse and choosing which current. We can allow the frustration to manifest as behavior, or we can choose to flip a switch, turn a dial, or whatever it is, hit a breaker, whatever you do with electrical stuff, and the behavior will be different. We can change our behavior. We'll still feel the impulse to be frustrated, but we can choose to divert it perhaps into celebration. And that becomes a different behavior, see? Just because we have the impulse doesn't mean it has to become manifested as behavior. We have the choice how to redirect things. Right? We can filter the impulse through, rather than through the 5 of Wands, through the 3 of Cups. Let's cool it off. Let's make it a little bit more intimate. Let's make it a little bit more connected, a little more interpersonal. And we can change our behavior. That, of course, leads us to the 10 of Pentacles, where we are creating this best life. And this is actually even better than before, right? Because this fire to earth thing, you think you're creating your best life. Yes, you're manifesting your will. Things are improving. You're building things up. You're being more and more successful. But when we have this interference, it's not interference at all. In fact, it's a very necessary component that's helping you get even better in this life. Because we are filling this earth energy with just a little bit of water here and there. You know, maybe that'll be more and more and more. So without this so-called interference, this is going to be an empty success. Right? So we may think that something is distracting us from our work, but no, it's actually making your work better. This person that comes over and they want to hang out with you, they're not slowing down your progress. They're not taking away time where you could be creating more success in your life. No, they're adding to your success, adding to the richness of your experience. They're putting some substance in these pentacles. They're adding flavor and meaning to it, you see. And I think the Fool is in the position of this is the card we don't want. This is the difficulty. We don't want to just abandon things. We don't want to feel as if we are completely lost and now we're just the puppy hanging the head out the window. We don't want to feel that we're losing sight of what we're doing, or that we're losing the focus, or that we're losing the connection with this spiritual process, this process of manifestation. The difficulty for us is to let go a little bit. But we realize that by letting go and embracing this water energy, we're actually becoming more stable in our lives. The 4 of Pentacles at the end. We're creating more safety, security, stability, health and wealth, fitness and finances here. That this is the best thing that we can do, is to put our work down and go have a good time and laugh, right? And give hugs, right? Receive hugs. Hang out with this person, whoever they are, even if it's just the dog. Put your phone down, take your Bluetooth headset off, go outside, play with the dog for a minute. You're stabilizing your life. You're creating something. You're making it. You're ensuring its longevity. You know, you're making things better. You're adding meaning and value, and that in turn is making you more stable and more healthy. so you can continue doing this work. It's all connected, right? It's all connected. Let's look at the mystery card. What could it possibly be? Let's see. Well, a 3 of Cups is very nice. Maybe now 6. Maybe a 6 of Cups, right? Maybe a 6 of Cups. Maybe, I think maybe it's even going to be a 5 of Cups. I don't know. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. I'm going to say 5 of Cups or maybe Wheel of Fortune. Let's see what we have. Oh, the King of Pentacles. This is a dire, dire warning, Sagittarius. The King of Pentacles, fixed earth energy. This is someone who will not budge. Someone who's been sitting at their office desk for so long that the cobwebs have formed around them, right? Someone that has been so fixed and so unwilling to do anything different that life has happened without them. The kids have grown up, and we're still sitting here at the desk saying, I'm almost done with work. I'm almost done with work. I'm almost done. A few more minutes, few more minutes. Life goes on without us. Eventually, the people will stop asking to hang out with you. Eventually, the dog will go find something else to do. We don't want to be this person, right? This is, yes, very successful, right? King of Pentacles. Sitting on that throne with that scepter. They've been sitting there for so long that the weeds, the vines, the earth, the nature, the plants have grown over them. They don't realize life is happening all around them, but they're not participating in it. Life's going on without them here. So we need to open our eyes because this is really happening. There are people right now at your door that want to hang out with you, that want to spend time with you, that want to they don't care what you do. They just want to have that experience of being together with you, where the two auras, your two energy fields, there's a connection, there's a little bit of overlap in the energy fields. That's all we need sometimes. That's why we can sit in silence with people. That's why it doesn't really matter what we're doing, if we're talking or not. Just to have our energy fields touching a little bit is good for us. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading. Those are good for us too. If you want to watch it, there's a link in the corner. There's a link down below that will take you directly to the Sagittarius extended reading. So I will see you over there. All right. New readings for Sagittarius every Wednesday and Sunday. Sometimes we do bonus readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.